Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Touring Car Sim Racing League. I am your commentator. There's me, Mr. Andy Pawley. I will be here with you for the next about 2 hours of tonight's proceedings. We are back. We are at the Redbull ring. There you go, Redbull ring in Spielberg. This is the GP track layout, so it's the full-born, whatever that is, all the way around. It's the full cream, that's what I was going to say. We've got 8 minutes left in this practice session, then we go into a 10-minute qualifying session. That will determine the positions for Race 1. Race 1 is a 15-minute race. Race 2, positions are determined off the finishing positions of Race 1. So that's why it's important to get up high in Race 1. Race 3 is reverse grid, but it's based off the finishing positions of Race 1. Top 8 are automatically reversed. There's only 18 drivers in tonight, which is what we are expecting. We might get 19, but 2 drivers are away on their holidays because it's half term in Britain. So we'll be only doing a reverse grid up to position 10, I believe it is. No, up to position 11. So it'll be 8, 9, 10, 11 will go into the reverse grid, and that will determine basically where we separate it. Right, let's just cast our minds back over to the Drivers' Championship. There it is, full board. Lloyd is still currently leading the championship, but he does have maximum ballast on board. That's 80 kilograms, so it does make a big difference around here. Then you've got Shaw's, who's second with 70 kilograms. Finally got a race victory last time out at the Zandvoort. And that absolutely pushed him up. Lloyd was not having a good time. It's a small track. It was hard to pass off, and he actually finished down in the lower half of the grid. But that's the way it is sometimes. Then you've got Van Skeppen in third, Pascal's in fourth. Norton is in fifth, taking his first race victory last time out in the league. And then you have Simon Trebek, who's in sixth position, Aaron Markham, who's in seventh. Trebek is currently leading Group B, and next down from him is Poddy Flack, who is in eighth. He's second in Group B, but he's also eighth in the Outstanding Championship. Jake Wilson is next. He's down in 10th. Stu Neal's in 11th. Then you have Nick Papadim Butcher in 13th. Craig Deek is in 14th. Ian Deeney is 15th. Ashbourne is 16th. Weatherhill is currently no longer running with us. But please go and check them out over at Tripspick Motorsport. That's who he drives for, because they are doing a BTCC R Factor 2 practice session and stuff like that. And if you're into your touring cars and you want to race at British circuits, go across to there and then come across to us for the World Touring Car. And that's how we work. Tamanga's no longer racing with us. And Kane Alexander is leading Group C, but he's not in yet. He tends to pop in towards the end of the session, so we'll see if he races. Then you've got Martin Kirby, Luke Dugdale, Derek Neal and Bill Campion. And that rounds out the Drivers' Championship. In terms of the Teams' Championship, there you go. Pause it and have a look through all that. There's solos, teams and outright all teams together. Say It by Tripspick Motorsport is leading and Eurotech Racing is closing the gap. Tripspick Motorsport, that is Jean Petra and Lloyd Biddulph. And those two are basically, they've had consistent finishes through the season. Norfolk Races in third is Benny Norton and Poddy Flack. Poddy Flack drove last time out. He's on basically a license. He's pretty much got one more huge penalty and he will be facing a race ban. But he's been driving exceptionally well, so it's actually calmed him down and he's gone faster. And then obviously you've got everyone else in there as well, towards the back of the field. In terms of the Via Creative Trophy, this is formerly the Dugdale Trophy and is now the Via Creative Trophy. Please go and check them out. They're a great sponsor. You've got Pascal Jean Petra. So this is for anyone who hasn't had an outright race victory in this current season. And it's based on two factors: where you finish and positions gained and positions lost. So if you start at the back of the grid and you make up a whole host of positions, you actually score quite a lot of points. And it is designed to encourage you to overtake during the racing. Then it's just not handed to those guys at the front who start second and finish second. It encourages you to start going forward. John Petra is leading that. Benny Norton shouldn't be in the Via Creative Trophy. I think there's been an issue there. Or I've uploaded the wrong one, which is highly likely because it does happen. Yeah, I think I've uploaded the wrong one. But there you go. They're all pretty much the same. Aaron Markham, Trebek. Yeah, because Shaw's is in this as well, and he's one as well. We'll just skip over that. But Jean Petra is basically leading it. Let's go from there with it. And that's how it stacks up basically for the tonight's racing. Yeah, there's only 18 drivers in. So because there's only 18 drivers in, it will mean that we will be only reversing up to positions 11. It needs 19 drivers to go up to position 12, and then anything above that is stagnant at 12. So it's going to make it very interesting. It means that there is a real opportunity now for a couple of drivers to score some maximum points. And get some real big winners here. There's Jean Petra. He's currently going purple in Sector 1, 22.786. Current fastest in this practice session is a 138.263. And nearest us makes no difference. From 1st to 13th is spread by less than a second. Then you've got Butchers down in 14th, who's 1.1 off. And then you've obviously got the Group C, which is Kirby, Dugdale, Neal and Campion. So those will all be wrestling and fighting each other for those crucial championship points. Like I said, Kane Alexander is currently leading that, but he's not currently in here, so it's going to be very tricky if he doesn't join, he's going to lose a whole host of points. And I suspect Kirby might be leading them following tonight. Well, that's going to be interesting. It's that middle sector. We saw this again at, where did we see it again? We saw it last time out at Zandvoort. It's that middle sector that seems to be tripping up all the drivers. And as we ride on board, it's on auto direct at the moment, so it's obviously just picking up the driver it thinks is going to give the most exciting racing. It's currently on T-Joke. He's 9 thousandths of a second off fastest provisional time within within practice. So current fastest lap is a 1:38. Kane Alexander has joined. He's come here to fight his championship off, so it's 19 drivers, which is the maximum grid I am expecting this evening. So that means we will have a full reverse grid up to 12 based on what we have. Yeah, so we'll have a full reverse grid. That's going to be awesome, actually. It's going to be really, really cool. He's got to do something to defend his championship, basically, in Group C. There is Butcher. He's the only VW running because Craig Deeks isn't running, and that would get us up to our 20. And, yeah, there's no Jake Wilson. So we are at the maximum drivers that we will be seeing this evening. Fastest time, like I said, so far is a 1:38.263. Do I think that's going to be qualifying time? No. I think there's always some. The drivers always seem to keep a little in the bag. I think we're going to see a 1:37.9 at a push. Definitely a lot back into the low 1:38.1s than 38.0s. I am expecting a 1:37.9. We don't know the fuel load that they're carrying. That's the one thing that is a massive unknown in these type of circumstances, that we never know what fuel load they're running. Does it make a difference? Yes, it does. Massively on the tyres, massively when it comes to ballast. So it's going to play a massive, massive part in terms of them all struggling and all dealing with what they've got. Turn 1 and Turn 2 is very, very tricky. Ian Deeney, not a race winner yet. He's in the 25 Alfa Romeo. A couple of Alphas are out there to It's a car that if you can master, you can actually extract a lot of lap time out of it, but it doesn't handle the ballast well. It really struggles with the ballast, which is why a lot of the guys use the Cupra, but it seems to be slowly but surely making its way in to be the car of choice. And as always, will there be BOP next season? It's on the cards. It's one of these things that's been discussed. So they're going to have to enjoy the Cupra as much as they can, because next season there is a feeling there is going to be BOP coming for that car. And by BOP I mean balance of power. Because we run ballast, it makes it very, very tricky. You can't just keep adding ballast to a car and then hope that it sorts itself out. It's highly likely it will be a drop in power. It will affect the lower end of the grid, but again, it's one of those things that is always explored. But at the moment, Stu Neal is fastest. He's in a class of his own. There's Kane Alexander. He's in the 79. Yeah, Kane needs to start getting some practice in. Stu Neal, yeah, he's in a class of his own at the moment. He's 1/10 off everybody else. We're going to put this onto driver suggestions and watch the auto direct. We're going to pick up Stu Neal. There he is in the 99. Everyone's going to go for that banker lap to begin with. And the key with the banker lap is it's always advisable just to put that in. There's the vehicle information up on the board. Let's ride on board with him now while he puts in his provisional lap time. Qualifying, 10 minutes to go. This is important. They're on track by themselves. First right-hander. If you hit the curb too loud here, the car will roll. He's bounced the car off the curb there. Does he keep it in? He's got to put a banker in. This is what's going to be key as we then drive up the hill. You'll see him 4th into 5th. He's actually a little bit of slip wheel there as we climb up the hill now. This is a hard braking zone, famous at this corner for where Lewis Hamilton got knocked off by Rosberg, but Rosberg said his brakes outbraked him. He slipped. It wasn't his fault, as they always say. Then back over the top of the hill now. This is a long, long straight. Good overtaking opportunity into this corner, which is turn 3. Arguably, it could be turn 4, depending on your viewpoint. This is a long right-hander. You'll see him go down the gearbox. The nose of the car dives into the apex, down into 2nd. Needs to keep it nice and tidy. He's purple sector 1, 22.984. He will be purple sector 1. Lloyd, John Petra, and Papadim are going faster. We're going to see if he goes purple in sector 2. If he does, we will stay with him. If he's not, we will go to who's currently going fastest. That's Lloyd Biddulph. He's currently coming up on the board as position 1, which means he's fastest. What does Stu Neal do? No, he's gone faster. They're all as much as a muchness. Neal's still slightly faster, 103.2. Lloyd was 103.3. That's how close it is through the final set of corners. And this is the penultimate corner as you come down the hill. Across the start-finish straight. What can he do from here? Can he deliver this? He's going to put himself on. 136 is what I'm expecting. 137. No, 137.8. Bang on the number. 137.8 as they all start crossing the line now. 5 tenths into 5th he goes. Who is next on the track? Martin Kirby. Where's he put himself in? Kirby's gone into 8th. Where is Poddy? Poddy comes across the line now. He's 6 tenths off. He's green sector 1, green sector 2. It's his only lap. So he will be green. 138, mid 138. Puts him into 7th. T-Jokes across the board. Right. Jean Petra, what can he do? 0.09 of a second off provisional pole position. That's why it's green. He must have had a slowdown penalty. Kane Alexander, 0.4 of a second off. He needs to keep this pace up if he wants to put himself in a chance to be at the front of race 3. What can he do from this position? Can he deliver it? I keep an eye on the board here. Stu Neal is going a little bit faster, but not enough that's going to put him anywhere near the table. Papa Dim's gone fastest, 137.8. Lloyd second. Where's Neal? Neal's 0.3 of a second off. Dugdale popped himself into 11th. Where is Neal on the board? 0.07 of a second. So he's gone personal best. He's 0.07 of a second off pole position time. It's green because he's faster than his personal best. If it was purple, he's gone faster than anybody, but he hasn't done that, so it's gone green. He's gone slower, 0.2 off. Again, it's that middle sector. He's absolutely losing time in the middle sector. He has got ballast on board the car as well. That's really going to hamper him. So he's going to have to pay attention. He's going to have to really think about what he wants to do here. No, he doesn't. Sorry, Stu Neal is down in 11th in the championship because he had a couple of mares. So as a result, yeah, he's not carrying ballast. Nick Papadim, what is Papadim doing? Is he going faster? There he is in the 25. Papadim is out for a race victory. He wants one. Can he deliver it here? 137.894 is his fastest lap time. Lloyd is currently second. He's 0.03 of a second off. And then they're all just kind of gaggled together within their own branding. From 1 to 6 is 0.3 off. But reverse grid is going to be all the way up to 12th, which is 0.8 of a second. But again, they're all going to end up basically muddled up with each other. This is Poddy Flack. He's green purple sector 1, 1/8. That should, if he can keep this pace up, he should pop himself somewhere into 3rd. He needs to cross the line, 137, 138, 0.5 of a second, only good enough for 9th. Benny Norton, teammates to Poddy Flack, they're all going faster in Sector 1, but they're losing time in Sector 2. That's going to be the trick here. Papadim has managed to put together a cracking Sector 2 lap. He was 102.987. He's the only driver in the 102.9s. That's where Papadim made up all of his time, was Sector 2 compared to everybody else. Let's ride on board now. No, he's abandoned the lap. He's abandoned the lap. Yeah, Benny Norton's abandoned the lap. Here comes across Derek Neal. This is important for Group C. He's racing 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Martin Kirby's currently fastest in Group C, 1.6 seconds off provisional pole position. But that's important. Ian Deaney, there's a surprise. Ian Deaney, 1.2 seconds off pole position. He's down in 14th. We are currently watching Derek Neal in 18th. What can Derek Neal do from here? Riding on board with him now, crossing the line. He's gone green and green. If he can keep this up, he should extend himself into 14th, which I think would be his yes. Derek Neal into 15th. I think that's his highest placed position so far this season. Simon Ashbourne, 0.03 of a second off provisional pole position there. You can see it on the board. He's currently green. Sector 2 time, that's what we're watching. His nearest last Sector 2 best was a 103.11. Like I said, Papadim's the only one in the 102s in Sector 2, and I don't think anyone's going to match it. Lloyd's got a little bit faster. He's only now 311s off 311s. But the problem is, Lloyd is in prime position because he's going to have Jean Petre right behind him, which is what he needs. He's abandoned his lap. What's Papa Dim doing now? He's just going around and having a coast. Lloyd Bidoff, what's he doing? What's Bidoff doing? No, he's in first sector. Bill Campion. He's in the middle, 3 minutes 17. They're all kind of stagnating now. It's almost like they've come to terms with where they are. Kane's placed them into 17th at the moment, so it's all kind of just settling down. Shaw's is down in 13th position. 13th position. His teammates in 8th. That's not good for his championship. Not good for his championship. I'm quite surprised he's down in 13th. But it is as what it is. That's the way it is sometimes. Jean Petre is going a little bit faster, 0.2 of a second. Can Niels now put himself into 2nd position behind Papa Dim? So he's managed to find himself 0.3 of a second, which is absolutely biblical. But will Papa Dim get himself a pole position for race 1? This is going to be interesting. Papa Dim's abandoned the lap. It's around a 1:37 here, so he'll get one more bite at the cherry if he goes green on the board. We're going to stay with Jean Petre as he comes around through sector 2 of the Red Bull Ring. What can he do? We're looking for purple in that sector. We need it to go purple. He needs to be in a 102.9 if he wants anywhere near 103.070. That puts him right between Papa Dim and Niels. So Jean Petre has some speed at the current rate. Can he deliver anything here? Can he extract the maximum into the final sector? The 2 penultimate corners coming up. Can he do anything? Riding on board, down to the front camera we go. Needs to keep it nice and tidy. 4th gear. Be brave, be brave. Into 3rd through the right-hander. There's the sausage curve that will flip the car. If you're not too careful, he takes the shortest line to the shortest route to the line. He won't get another go. This is it. What does he do? 1/10 of a second. Into 3rd he goes. Into 3rd he goes. He won't get another bite at the cherry. This is it. Unless you're on a lap now and halfway round into sector 1, you will not be going faster. So Stu Neal is out. Stu Neal will not be going faster. Jean Petre, not faster. Butcher just put himself into 7th position. Fantastic. Fantastic. Bill Campion, what can he do here? Ian Deeney's on a flyer as well. Campion down in 19th. Ian Deeney got into 11th. A good call for him. Shaw's is in 14th position. He's not even going to be within the reverse grid. That's going to be troublesome for him. What can Bill Campion do? 1:39? Improves his time to 2 seconds. Sensation there from Bill Campion. Where's Shaw's? 1/10 of a second. Has he saved it? I don't think he's going to run out of time. He's going to run out. No, he's not. It's 42 seconds. He needs to keep 4 wheels on the wagon. 0.4 of a second. He's got to find something in this final sector if he wants to do anything. The field is so close. He's all the way down in 14th position. He needs to get himself ideally into 12th or 11th. It's still going. It's still going. There we go. What can he do here? 1:25, 1:26. The clock is ticking. 15 seconds to go before qualifying ends. He's got to cross the line if he wants to get anywhere near it. 1:34, 35, 36. I don't think he's going to do it. I just don't think he's going to be able to improve. 1:39, 4/10 off. 13th, 6/10 off. He's had just a bear. Well, there you go. Papa Dim followed by Neil, Jean Petre. Ashbourne put himself into 4th. How's he done that? He's put himself into 4th. Didn't even see that, but there you go. Lloyd Bidoff is in 5th. T-Jokes is in 6th. Butcher 7th. Norton's 8th. Markham's 9th. Trebek is 11th. Ian Deeney is, Trebek is 10th. Ian Deeney is 11th. Go back and watch all that. What a qualifying session. A little bit calmer than Zandvoort. It looked like the unballasted cars at the front were paying dividends here. It's an easier track to pass at the Red Bull Ring. There is 3 main overtaking opportunities through into turn 1, into turn 2, and into turn 3. And then you're kind of just setting them up for the rest of the field. You can go side by side through here, but you can, like Perez at this corner and Hamilton. Hamilton pushed Perez slightly wide. I say slightly wide, he basically pushed him off the track, depending on your viewpoint. And Hamilton got a penalty. But here we go. Lights are out. Everybody's getting ready. Who is going to be King of the Hill? Who is going to be the Red Bull winner? Race 1 almost ready to start. Watch the lights. Watch everybody go. And it's green, 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 and away we go. And they all file up into the first corner. And you can see Nick Papadim has Stu Neal up on the inside. Is he going to lose the lead into the opening corner? Yes, he is. A little bit of a nudge wink between the two. Papadim's had to go to the escape room. Whoa! John Petra tried to stick his nose up the inside, and the entire field behind is all trying to funnel them through into turn 1 as you ride from the rear camera of our current race leader. This is Stu Neal. There's Papadim on the right side. Papadim's going to go around the outside. You just can't go around the outside through that turn, and it's reset. Oh, he's been hung out to dry. Papadim's had John Petra creep up the inside. He says, thank you very much. I'm taking that. And into second and third he goes. There he is in the number 31. Ashbourne's in 4th position. Behind him is Lloyd Bidoff, championship leader. This is important as they're all tossing and bustling into turn 1. Do they get through? Yes, they do. They're side by side between Ashbourne and John Petra. The back of the field is all single file at the back. They're all holding each other on. There's Butcher. He's now joined the party. Butcher, he's in the 33, just behind, in front of him. Riding on board now with Butcher. There is 5th position. That is John Petra. 22, Sayat Cooper. Behind him on the rear cameras, T-Joke in 12th. There's the 29 of Benny Norton. He's trying to push it. He's trying to turn the wick. Stu Neal, slow down penalty. Stu Neal is leading. This is going to be important. Derek Neal and Luke Dugdale, they're going side by side. This is 17 and 18th, or wheel to wheel, as they say in Formula 1. We are on an F1 track, by the way. 13:26 to go. Through the right-hander, there's Derek Neal and Martin Kirby. But we rejoin Simon Ashbourne, who is stuck behind Nick Papadim. This is 3rd position. There is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, as they all absolutely line up, nose to stern behind each other. Is anyone looking left? Is anyone looking right? Riding on board now. Ooh, a little bit of a love tap between the two. This is Benny Norton. He's at the back of the train. Lloyd Bidoff is trying to get a run. Lloyd is the number 22, but Jean Petra is going to go side by side, door to door into turn 2. On the left side, that's the 99, Stu Neal, the 44, Sayat Cooper versus Sayat Cooper, Britain versus Switzerland, neutrality versus non-neutrality, and they all sort themselves out. Nick Papadim from Greece behind, and then number 31, DHL Howdy, and Butcher is trying to go up the inside of Bidoff, and Bidoff just doesn't have the run, but he's carrying maximum ballast on board, don't forget. Bidoff is in the 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th car. He's trying to sell him a dummy. In the background, Ian Deaney is attempting to go behind Shaw's. What can Shaw's do here? Van Skeppen is right there. Oh, Shaw's ran wide there. He's in the number 12. He's trying to do all he can. There he is. He's in the 53, sorry. He's in 12th. He's in the 53. He's the black car riding on board from the rear camera. 12 minutes to go. Here's Shaw's. He's in prime position because reverse grid will be top 12. That's where he needs to be. Jean Petra and Stu Neal are side by side. The board had a little bit of a wobble there. Jean Petra, I don't know if he lost off, but Jean Petra's in the lead. The field is streaming through with 1/4 of the race to go. Riding on board now. They're all being very, very, very careful because we're in the second half of the championship here. They're all equally matched, all equal machinery, except they're driving different cars with different teams. But there we go, all from 2:19. Kane Alexander in 15th position. The reason Kane's important because he is top of Group C. Ian Deaney and Shaw's are side by side into turn 1. Does he get it done? Yes, he does. Ian Deaney goes up the inside, clamps the curb, but Shaw's gives him a little bit of a room. Whoa, Luke Dugdale is on the roof. Dougie's put it on 2 wheels, gives it for the crowd. Nick Papadim is side by side, and so is Butcher and Simon into turn 1. Does he get it done? Yes, he does. Sensational. T-Joke's joining the party. Simon there, he's in the 31. He's gone all the way down to 6th, started 4th into 6th. He's aspiring for a top 10. In the background, you can see, you could see Ian Deaney and Shaw's going side by side. They're still going side by side. Ashbourne and Bidoff are side by side. Into this turn, you can see T-Joke. He's in the number 12 cyan blue car right behind as you ride behind Russ Butcher into 4th. There's Butcher, you can see them. There is The 31 is DHL yellow car of Simon Ashbourne. Behind that is Lloyd, championship leader, and T-Joke is joining the party as well. There he is in the number 12, best looking car on the grid, should win every race. I'm not biased, but I am. Into sector 3 we go. What can he do here? He's looking left, riding on board now. He's looking right. This is number 7, and you can see here as we compare the car in front. He's closing. That is Lloyd in the 22, championship leader. Look at Ashbourne, absolutely wringing the necks. It's so close. You can see the car behind and the car in front. He clouts the curb, but he doesn't get a good drive. Does he get it sorted here? Right, we're rejoining Lloyd Biddulph. He's going for it here. Sorry, Jean Petre. He's in the 44. Behind that is Nick Papadim. Can he do anything here? Can he deliver? He puts 2 wheels on the curb. These two are fighting, which is crucially allowing the other drivers to get away. Stu Neal at the front to get away. This is the battle. Right, we're rejoining the battle for 2nd and 3rd. I hope you can catch up because I'm holding my breath here. There is 1st, 2nd and 3rd. This is the battle for 2nd. Markham and Trebek battling also, and so is D&E and Shaw's. And keeping an eye on the battles in the field, they're all just kind of in a train of cars at the moment. They all don't want to make a mistake, don't want to push in themselves. One mistake and it's game over. It is numero uno on the pointage. What does T-Joke do? A couple of boards for Luke, Bill and Derek at the back. Bill Campion was on the board and he was off the board. But Pascal is trying all he can here. Poddy Flax at the back of Trebek. Poddy was on the side of Trebek. There is Trebek. He's in the number 27. On the left, Poddy, I think he's had to slow down. I think Trebek has had a slow down penalty, which is why it's all held itself up there. Right, let's take stock while we've got 5 minutes. Stu Neal, your current race leader. There he is, followed by Nick Papadim, followed by Jean Petre, followed by Butcher, Ashbourne, Lloyd, T-Joke. T-Joke's now on the back of Lloyd. The question is, riding from the front camera here, this is T-Joke. He's in 7th position. He just doesn't get enough legs as he comes out of the penultimate corner. There is Ashbourne, there's Butcher. It's all going to be about higher. Ooh, slow down penalty, continuing to abuse track penalty. Ashbourne is now right on the back of Butcher. There's Butcher. You can see he's gaining. He's nearly hitting him. He's hitting the brakes. Over turn 1 we go. Now he's got to put it up to 11. Spinal tapping. Absolutely extract the maximum out of that DHL Audi. He's so close. You can see the bugs as we climb up to turn 1. What can he do here? There is our race leader who is slowly going back into Papadim. Does Simon go up the inside? He's gone for the brake move. Butcher sees that one coming. Lets him go. Loads out to Lloyd. And he absolutely ran wide. Simon absolutely ran wide into that corner of his own accord. And down into 6th he goes. Right, Papadim, the battle for the lead is on. Lloyd is at the back of Butcher. Is he going to do anything? He's going to have to sail it up the inside. No, Lloyd thinks better of it. T-Joke's going up the inside of Benny Norton. Ran wide, and that's then pushed Markham and Norton. T-Joke outbraked himself. He outbraked himself into that corner. Now he'll get a slow down penalty, and he's probably going to lose out to Poddy. Right, Ian Deeney is now side by side with Shaw's. Shaw's has just let him go there. Shaw's will do the old switcheroo. Shaw's showing the 3-time champion that he is. Just went, yeah, off you go, and then does the old switcheroo, and they're all fighting for 12th, which is key. Right, Simon Ashbourne is on the back of Lloyd Biddulph. Can he do anything from here? Lloyd's in the 22. That's the Seat Cupra, and that bright yellow DHL car, the number 31, and bright yellow, can't miss it. He is in 5th position. Stu Neal at the front has gained a gap of 3.5 seconds. It's the slow down penalty that will have been key there, and that's really, really hampered him. But Butcher, once again, we're riding on Butcher. It's just a he's made a mistake. Has he made a mistake? No, he's taken. Yes, he has. He's rolled it while we were on board. He's absolutely binned it on the roof by himself. Yeah, he's going to have to start this game over. That's absolutely ruined his race. He's on the roof. We're on board, but this is the battle for the lead. Papadim's going to have to think about a different way to get round Stu Neal. Stu Neal gives him just enough room, closes the corner down, and then he's got nowhere to go. T-Joke is on the back of Markham. Well, he's on the back, he's on the side. The number 12 versus the number 28. The best looking car on the grid versus the Seat Cupra. There's Podiflak in the back. He's going to attempt to follow the number 12 through as well. And Trebek's joining the party. Markham's going to be hung out to dry here. Markham, if he doesn't start closing that door, is going to be hung out to dry because they're all just following each other through. We're riding on board with T-Joke, and you can see Poddy, Markham and Trebek. Markham will have the inside line, and Poddy's got to shut the door. He's in the number 84. He's the 1, 2, 3, 4th car in the line. There he is, and behind him is Trebek, and you can see riding on board now with Trebek. He's in 8th, 10th position, and just ahead of him is 9th position. Yes, his 9th position. That's Poddy as we come into the second of the penultimate corners. 2.75 race distance. It's actually 2/3 race distance. Through the right-hander we go. Can he do anything? Bounces across the curbs, needs to put it on. Ooh, hold on to your horses. Does he manage to do it? No, he doesn't. He's really pushing himself out. Shaw's slow down penalty. Where's Shaw's? He's in 11th. He's moved up. Van Skeppen is into 12th. Ian Deaney's down in 14th. But at the moment, the man who is the blocker, who's taken the call to be the cork in the bottle, is Benny Norton, is in 6th. Where is Butcher's in 16th? He's basically out of position. T-Joke is now struggling. And it'll be tyres. Markham is on the right. 28 versus 12. Sayad Cooper versus Lincoln Co. Number 3 doesn't get it done. Job done. Lloyd bit off. Slow down penalty. Ashbourne is back into 5th position. They've all kind of now found their natural positions within the racetrack, and they're all just pushing each other along, trying to hold each other off, trying to do all they can. The question is, are they going to be able to deliver it? Are they going to be able to extract some maximum points tonight? That's what's going to be key. Lloyd is down in 4th position. His nearest championship rival is down in 11th at the moment, so that's not good. It's just not good. Lloyd is doing enough. He's keeping all 4 wheels on the tarmac. There he is. In 4th, he's in the 22. Just ahead of him is the 31. That behind him, that's the 31 of Simon Ashbourne, bright yellow DHL Audi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th car in the row. Ashbourne hoping for top 10 position. He's been up and down. Right, Aaron Markham is attempting another fight. There's Podiflak. I think he had a sim twitch in the back, but he's just holding on to it. Riding on board now with Markham. 3:28 to go to 1:38 lap. Do the maths at home, ladies and gentlemen. That will be 3 more laps, including the next one. I think 1, 2, 3, yeah, about that. 1:38. No, it's going to, it's right on the border. It's right on the border. So it's going to be, depends how fast Junior gets around. Podiflak's now at the back of Markham. There he is in the 84. He's trying to do all he can. They're all just kind of holding themselves on now, just trying to hold on to it. Simon Ashbourne is going to go up the inside of Lloyd, back into 4th position. Started in 4th. Can he hold it on? Lloyd just concedes the place. I think he's thinking of his championship. He goes for the old switcheroo. Can he do it from the rear camera? No, he doesn't. Lloyd is going to try and get a toe going down into turn 1. I am watching the lead for the battle as well. Can Lloyd do anything? There is Lloyd. He's right up his rear end. Going into turn 1, I think Stu Neal is defending from Papa D. He's run wide! He's run wide! I cannot believe it! Stu Neal over defending, has gone from 1st to 3rd. He's absolutely lost it there. So he's going to be raging in that helmet. So back to 3rd he goes. Nick Papadim inherits the lead, and Jean Petra. The game is on. The battle is on for the lead. Are we going to have Jean Petra take his first race victory within the TCRSL? Stu Neal has got the bit between his teeth right now. There is Stu Neal in the 99. He's absolutely on it. Butcher and Kirby are going side by side. Butcher giving him enough room. He could put a boat in there. Right, the battle for the lead is on. It's a 1:38 lap. What do they cross the line, and what are they currently running at? They're currently running at the top 3 are running at 1:38. So the top 5 are running at 1:38. They're all just kind of trading positions. I'm keeping an eye on the Trebek battle and Markham in the background as well as that unfolds. But this is the battle for the lead. He needs to not do anything silly here. Stu Neal needs to keep all 4 wheels on the tarmac, pointing in the right direction and not get any slow down penalties. We're on board with current race leader Nick Papadim. Is he going to take a race victory this time out? As Stu Neal was leading for 90% of the race, made one mistake. Jean-Petra's gone defensive. Niels thought better of it, riding on board. What does Jean-Petra do? He's gone up the inside. He's gone up the inside. He's going to crucially have the inside into turn 1. Jean-Petra here has the ability to go for the race lead, but he just doesn't have the legs. Look at that little Alfa Romeo. He's just scrubbing away at the front. Jean-Petra would have to do something absolutely heroic to take that position. Neil is sticking his nose up the inside. Jean-Petra's gone defensive. Has that compromised him? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, because he's on the inside. 46 seconds to go. I think they're going to get one more lap. There will be one more bite of this cherry unless they slow each other down enough. Poddyflak and T-Joke are going at it in the background, and Poddyflak and Markham, but we're watching the battle for the lead. In the lead is Papadim, 25, Alfa Romeo versus the 44, Jean-Petra versus the 99. It's Greece versus Switzerland versus the United Kingdom. 3 different nationalities, 3 different drivers, 2 different manufacturers, all vying 17-16. This is going to be close. Nick Papadim, currently leading, needs to really slow this car down. He needs to get across the line. He's going to get across the line. It's going to be one more lap. He's going to get one more lap. It is. It's one more lap. This is it. Now is one more lap. Stu Neal has everything to play for. He either has to do something silly or do something absolutely brave. Take one. Jean-Petra. Jean-Petra's had a slowdown penalty. I cannot believe it. He's going to get a slowdown penalty into that turn, which means he's going to have to lose. He's going to have to lose the time, and that's going to put him right back into the clutches of Stu Neal. Simon Trebek. I think he's rolled the car. Trebek's rolled the car. Neil's right on the rear background. We're watching it for the lead. Martin Kirby's going to get himself into 15th position. Kane Alexander is up into 12th, which is perfect for his championship. But Nick Papadim and Stu Neal and Jean-Petra, first, second and third, are all battling it. Markham and Papadim are in the background. Oh, no, he gave him a little tap. He's had to back out. I think that's game over now. This is Aaron Markham and Poddyflak. Poddyflak's in the 84. Aaron Markham is in the 28. These 3 have been at loggerheads for the entire race, and in race 2 you get the feeling they're all going to be at loggerheads as well. Nick Papadim is now 0.5 of a second ahead of Neil and Jean-Petra, so I think it's going to be game over, really, as we cross the line into the penultimate corner. But we're watching the battle between Markham and Flack. This is 8th and 9th. These two have been going at it for the entire race. The question is he going to be able to do anything? Is Markham going to be able to get past? Poddy's going to have the inside. He closes the door shut, says, you're not coming through here. There's no overtaking opportunity. It's going to be a last-minute drag for the line. The question is, who is going to get there? Who is going to be the one across the line? Can he do it? Can he deliver it here? This side by side is going to be. Markham's coming up the board. Markham's done it. Markham has taken it by 0.8 of a second, 0.08 of a second. Sensational. Sensational. Nick Papadim is your race winner, followed by Jean-Petra, followed by Neil, Ashbourne, Bidoff, Norton, T-Joke, Markham, Flack, Yusa, Van Skeppen, not really talked about Van Skeppen, Kane Alexander into 12th, Butcher 13th, Butcher rolled the car, Ian Deeney was 14th, Trebek rolled the car, Kirby, Dougie, Neil and Campion. And that is your confirmation of results. Stu Neal takes fastest lap, 138.191. He will get a point for that. And Papadam will get points because he is race winner. Absolutely sensational. Right, let's see if I actually got something on here. I think he's going to go up the inside of Lloyd, back into 4th position. Started in 4th, can he hold it on? Lloyd just concedes the place. I think he's thinking of his championship. He goes for the old switcheroo. Can he do it from Warrior Cameron? No, he doesn't. Lloyd is going to try and get a toe going down into turn 1. I am watching the lead for the battle as well. Can Lloyd do anything? There is Lloyd. He's right up his rear end. Going into turn 1, I think Stu Neal is defending from Papadim. He's run wide! He's run wide! Himself. Such a shame, such a shame. It's kind of been that's kind of been how he has been this season, unfortunately. It's been those little mistakes here and there. Right, we're going to go across to the draw. Because there is 19 cars, welcome back to the Combox. Because there is 19 cars tonight, we are going to be reversing the grid from positions 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, and it's a wheel. So, as you can see on your screen here, you've got a nice wheel, and what happens is it spins, and where it lands is where we reverse the grid, and it's from the finishing positions of race 1. So, let's go across to the wheel. This is done live on stream. It's all random, and we are going to tab it. And we're going to find out who is going to be And it is... Whoa, it's position 12. Position 12. I think that was Kane Alexander. I think. So it's position 12 is reversed. Absolutely sensational. We're going to go... we have to type in here because we are live. Right, and we are going to go across to the drivers. You're back in a different screen now. Let's go across to the commentary box, and let's see if we can pick up some people to talk to. Hello! Can you hear me?
Oh, Andy.
Not too bad. Russ, I'm going to start with yourself first. Having a really good race until you decided to show everybody the underside of the car.
Yeah, that wasn't very good, was it?
I mean, we got it on stream. You're lucky.
Oh, great.
We were on board as it was happening live.
Oh, dear. Just a little bit too close. We just cut it a little bit too close that time.
I mean, you looked to have...
He was having a good battle until I think I outbraked myself, and I think I put him offline, and I put him into Lloyd's clutches. It might be part of the problem.
It all went downhill from their side, to be fair.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I realised I'd put you out of place. Sorry.
That's all right, mate. But you could always swap places with me. It's fine.
I don't get many good results, mate. Let me have one.
I mean, to be with yourself, Russ, it looked like you were having an absolutely, up until the point that you put it on the roof, you were really in there, really. Fighting away, and it was on, pure merit as well. You've really found some form in that little VW.
I don't know why, but the Golf seems really, really quick on cold tyres. Like lap 1, lap 2. Whether it's the Golf or whether it's me, but I just seem to get it to click on the cold tyres, and then as everyone else sort of warms their tyres up and comes into it, they kind of catch back up to me. But the opening couple of laps, I seemed to be really quick, and I made a couple of places which I was well happy with, and then I made a couple of mistakes, so I got a run on me out of turn 1.
Yeah, that was. There was some really, really good overtakes. You've pulled a few off as well, so you hopeful for. And obviously, you're going to be at the back of towards the back of the field.
Yeah, well, we've got to come from 13th now twice, so. The quality of the field. If we can scrape into the top 10, I'll be happy in the next 2 races. But hopefully, a few more people cut the first corner a bit too much and rolled it on the roof like Trebek did, because that gave us another place. So that was handy. Yeah,
there was. I think Campion also put it on his roof, and it looks like track limits. You can extend the track at turn 1, but it is quite a tough circuit. But it'll hit you hard with the penalties.
Yeah, if you get it wrong, then yeah, you do get hit quite hard. So I'm trying not to overrun the exit on turn 1, which is why I do kind of cut quite late and cut quite close to the inside, so that when the car does drift out, it only drifts 2 wheels over the yellow sausage curb, which doesn't ping the track limits. Obviously, at a certain point, you can run all 4 wheels over the yellow sausage curb, and it won't ping you. But it's a bit of cat and mouse as to whether it's going to ping you or not, but then it's the same cat and mouse as to hitting the inside curb too hard and rolling the car. So,
but again, it looks to be very, very intense again in terms of the driving, because the field is so close together again. I mean, yes, it's separated. Don't get me wrong. There were groups of cars, but you're not running around on your own.
No, like you say, even after we rolled it and we had to wait for it to reset the car, although it crabbed a little bit, I was still able to go and fight with Kirby and Deanie at the back. Deanie made a big mistake into the turn 2, and just let me have that one after that. So that was all right. And it's just try and recover as many points as we can from here. But what was looking like a half decent evening might turn into a bit of a poor one now. But we'll see. You never know what's going to happen.
You don't. Simon, yourself, obviously, we've got a couple of minutes left. You looked like you were having a great fun.
Oh, well,
in terms of that. There was the slight mistake into turn 2 where you outbraked yourself, but then you
yeah.
learnt from that, and you looked like it was a good overtaking opportunity for you there.
Yeah, I think I was lucky Lloyd was carrying so much weight. I think he's got 80 kilos,
Yes,
hasn't
he does. He's top
Otherwise,
of the tree.
I wouldn't be anywhere near him normally. But it was a great battle, race long. And, you know, although he could catch me in the corners because of the lack of ballast, I could, over 2 or 3 laps, get close enough to get the draft and then get alongside. And it's just a matter of getting the braking right and getting good traction. So it was a nice race. I don't get to battle with the fast boys very often.
I mean, that was the thing you were saying. Obviously, with the little chats that you were saying, "Oh, I want to be top 10," but you popped the car into 4th. Didn't even see that one. You just kind of popped it in there, and then you were backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards in terms of that.
Yeah.
You know, you were 4th, then 6th, then 5th, then 4th, then 6th and
Yeah.
4th, roughly.
Yeah.
Are you hoping just to try and obviously keep in touch with the front 3? Or is it just a case of sticking 4th, you know, obviously, and just try and get... Because, again, it seems if you're at the front of the queue, you're at a disadvantage. And if you're at the back of another breakaway, you've got a good advantage.
You know what? I'm great if I'm chasing someone. If there's someone chasing me, that's when I make mistakes, which is why I go backwards a little bit and then I go forwards and then go backwards and then go forwards. So those front 3 tonight were a bit ahead on pace, but I think as they were battling towards the end, I managed to reel them in a little bit. Maybe a couple more laps and them causing each other a few more problems. I might have had a chance, but we'll see what happens in race 2. I want to get some good points because I've had a rough start to the season. It hasn't really gone my way, and the Audi's been a bit of a handful at times because I'm trying to push it too hard. So yeah, we'll see what we can do in race 2. Just hoping for another good result, really.
Get some good points on the board. Well, I'm gonna let you two go, and I will no doubt join you after race 2.
Always a pleasure, Andy.
Always a pleasure.
Speak soon, Andy.
See you later.
soon.
Bye-bye.
And as always, like I say, we always see, we're going to go back to that one. And as I always say, we always see multiple things on stream, and there's always multiple cameras and multiple view angles. But it's an exciting race so far. It's been absolutely nail-biting. Like I said, it's quite a tricky track to overtake at anyway, in terms of where they are. But they've really got to think about that balance. They've really got to think about not making those little mistakes, because you make one mistake and it's just costly. Tcsrl's just put a 139.5 and it's 130, close to the 138s if he wants to be anywhere near the top of the tree. So they need to really start thinking about that. And it's now in the second half of the season. The mistakes cost them loads and loads of points. Stu Neal there, another mistake. Another little mistake there. One slight outbreak, and he's racing against Jean Petra and he's racing against Nick Papadim. And it just put them out of place. Papadim then struck, and that put Neil back into the clutches of Jean Petra. So, yeah, it's all very, very close. It's all getting very, very tight at the top. So there's be a 43 seconds of this practice session remaining, and then we will go across to race 2. This is a 15-minute race. There is only 30 incident points. We run 30 incident points through all 3 races. There's no one out on track at the minute, so Auto Direct has just picked somebody. Let's pick the best-looking car on the grid, because we all know I like that car. And it's going to be really, really tricky. Tyre degradation's an issue. You've got guys who are running really, really fast. Yeah, you make one mistake and you're gone. There's the 88. That is Van Skeppen. He's on the left. Not really seen him racing around. He did a stellar defence out at Zandvoort. If you've not seen it, go and watch it. Go and see our YouTube. Get on YouTube, Tcsrl. Subscribe and like the videos. And make sure you go out there. A big shout out to Via Creative, who are our sponsors, and a big shout out to Trip 6 Motorsport. They don't have a season on at the moment, but please go check them out. They are looking at BTCC on R Factor 2. So come and join us for the World Touring Car Championship and join us running these cars all the way around the world, and then get yourself into their league and go and join them for R Factor 2 to get your BTCC fix. So between both of the leagues, PAWLEYS, we've got you covered for every single fix that you want in terms of your touring car needs. So I'd recommend it. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Right, it is 34 seconds to go, then we'll go into race 2. You will see the flashing lights, and here we go. Hold on to your hats. Is Stu Neal going to take the lead into turn 1? Is Papa Dim going to hold on to it? There's the lights. They're green, 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 ready to go. And it's lights out, and it's green, 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 and away we go into turn 1. Stu Neal has had an absolutely horrid start. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. And that's allowed Lloyd to come up right inside. Has he managed to do it? No, he hasn't. Lloyd's had to back out, but Simon Ashbourne has gone all the way back to 6th. T-Joke's going to mug him round the outside. Neil and T-Joke both getting slowdown penalties. They're 3 wide in the background. Kane Alexander is trying to squeeze Butcher onto the grass. That's just not going to work into that corner. Kane is going to have to really look at it. Trebek is in the 27, 3 wide into turn 1. Does not go. You just cannot do that. Somebody has to yield. Oh, there's contact, and they've all sorted themselves out in the background. A little bit of a nudgy wiggle going into turn 1. Where is Kane? Ken's all the way down in 15th position. There's Shaw's right behind in front of Van Skeppen. Van Skeppen, he's in the the yellow car to the left side, the 68 Van Skeppen. Both Dutchmen, both rival drivers. Whoa, there's a little bit of a slowdown there, and Butch has just made contact with them, both of them. He's given them a pushy on. He's gone, look, get going, don't put the brakes on in that corner. Needs to keep it nice and tidy there. Shaw's is struggling. This is very unusual for Shaw's. He doesn't tend to drive like that. Nor does the 27 of Trebek, but Trebek is just going to hang Butcher out to dry. Those two need to sort themselves out. There is Shaw's, there is Trebek. The front of all just sorting themselves out at the moment into a nice filing line. They've sorted themselves out now. Turn 1. There's the 17, Luke Dugdale. We saw him put 2 wheels going into the corner. Right, riding on board now with Bidoff. He's in 4th position. Behind front of him is Stu Neal. He's in 3rd. But Trebek and Usa are going at it. There's the 17 of Luke Dugdale. There is Kane Butcher. Where's Butcher going? Butcher's not doing well at the background. He's really struggling in that middle of that pack. Kane Alexander. There's contact. There's contact between the 2 drivers. I cannot believe it. Let's hit the replay button. Needs to rejoin nice and safely. What's happened there? Where is Luke? He's managed to keep all 4 wheels on the track. Yes, he has. Kane Alexander right at the back in the 79. There is Luke Dugdale. I think he's retiring the car. He's retired the car. Shaw's now is side by side between 10 and 11. Needs to keep it nice and tidy. There is Van Skeppen. Van Skeppen, he is in number 10th, riding from the rear view camera now of Van Skeppen. There's Van Skeppen. There's Shaw's and Trebek. Side by side, 2 by 2. That's 11th and 12th. Going into the turn 3. Can they do anything here? Shaw's is just not enjoying the car tonight. He's just not on pace, not where we'd expect him to be. Stu Neal is challenging John Petra at the front, but I'm keeping an eye on that as it unfolds. Ashbourne and Cokes is also, T-Joke are also fighting it, but this is the battle in the midfield. 12 minutes and 7 seconds to go. Butcher's trying to attempt to go around Shaw's again. There's contact between the 2 of them. It's getting a little bit scruffy at the back of the field here. They need to keep it nice and neat now. There is Ian Deaney. What's on the Shaw's? Shaw's just doesn't have the pace tonight. He must have damage to the car. Must be damaged. There's no way Shaw's drives that slow. How is he driving? Let's have a look. Ian Deaney will get a slowdown penalty for that. There it is on the board. You can't run that wide out. 4 wheels off the racetrack. Let's listen to the engine. Well, all 4 wheels are pointed in the right direction. Benny Norton's going to go up the inside of Lloyd Bidoff. 29 versus 22. Lloyd does the old switcheroo. He says, well, if you're going to go there, I'm going to put it exactly back. Loses the position, gains the position. Trebek and Van Skeppen, they're all squabbling with each other in the background. There is Butcher in the 33. There is Trebek in the 27. And there's Ian Deaney in the 25. And once again at the front of this massive block, Ian Deaney's going to try and follow Butcher through into turn 1. This is going to be turn 2. Needs to keep it nice and tidy. Trebek gives just enough room. They're side by side. Butcher leaves just 1 car's width. And Ian Deaney now is going to follow right at the background here of Butcher, riding from the rear camera of Butcher. Last time we were on board with Butcher, he rolls it into the stratosphere. This is 11th. There is 12th. There is 13th. It is VW versus Seat versus Alfa Romeo. 4 different cars, 3 different manufacturers, all trying to do what they can, vying for position. There's Trebek. He's in the middle, riding on board now. I am keeping an eye on Neil at the front. He's 18, 8, 1/10 of a second. Bill Campion and Derek Neal are going at it as well. There's Derek Neal, and there is Bill Campion in the 55. He has got Derek Neal right behind him, and there's Martin Kirby. They're all fighting each other. Kane Alexander's down in 18th, 4.67 seconds off the lead, so he's going to struggle from that position. What can he do? There's Bill Campion, there's Derek Neal. I am watching the board. Right, we're going to leave this battle. No, we're going to stick this battle. There is Derek Neal riding on board now with Derek Neal. He's in a 16th position. He's chasing Bill Campion in the 55. This is Group C, so Bill Campion's got a slow down penalty. He's going to have to shave that off, and Derek Neal's just going to drive around the outside of him, basically, because he's going to have to lose that penalty, and that's exactly the result he's going to get. Right, Butcher and Van Skeppen. Whoa, there's another car on its roof. Trebek has absolutely launched it. He's going to have to hit the reset button, and hope he doesn't lose it. Right, Van Skeppen has got Butcher side by side with him. There he is through the right-hander. Needs to keep it nice and tidy. A little bit of the wiggle of the brakes here. No heroics, no slowdowns. They're all banging it in. T-Joke is at the back of Norton. Side by side now. T-Joke's in the number 12. Norton's in the 29. They're all trying to muscle for position through turn 1. This is turn 3. The turns in. Keek says, I'm here, don't let me go. There is Ashbourne in 7th position. Started 4th. Horrible start. But crucially now, T-Joke in the number 12. That's cyan, purple, blue. Lincoln Co. Against the Ford Zilla car. He's let it. Benny Norton's got it done. Benny Norton's held the position. There is Benny Norton riding on board with him now. He is in 5th position. There is 6th. That's the number 12 of the Lincoln Co. Behind that is Ashbourne. Ashbourne needs to mug these two if he wants to get anywhere near that top. Lloyd is just on his own in 4th position. There he is. Front of your screen's 22. Sparks flying everywhere as you go through the second to the penultimate corner. Can he do anything here? Riding on board with Ashbourne now. Here is Ashbourne. Whoa, T-Joke absolutely extracting the maximum out of the 4 wheels of that Lincoln Co. And you can just see it's gaining, it's disappearing into the distance, but is it disappearing enough? There into turn 1 goes the lead battle. That's how close they are. Nick Papadim's had a slowdown penalty. The 25 slowdown penalty, track abuse. The tables are turned. It's all going to mix itself up. What can he do into this corner? Martin Kirby and Derek Neal are going side by side. These two are teammates, and the positions hold themselves. Right, Papadim riding on board now. This is first. There is second and third. There is Jean Petra. Is Nick Papadim going to get the double? Is Jean Petra going to get his first race in TCRSL? And is Stu Neal going to take another race victory? We've got 7 minutes 41 to find out. It's going to be an absolute nail-biter. Down into turn 3 we go. Can he keep it nice and tidy? Yes, he does. Riding on board with Neal. Martin Kirby and Derek Neal are fighting in the background. I am keeping an eye on that on the board as well. The rest of the field is kind of just managing itself at the moment. This is third. There is second and first. The battle for the lead and the battle for 14th and 15th is on. Through into the left-hander we go. Needs to keep it nice and tidy. Sparks flying all over the road. The tyres are screaming murder while on board with Stu Neal. Just ahead of him in the 44 is Jean Petra, and we're riding from the rear camera of Nick Papadim. He's managed to lose that slowdown penalty as we come into the last 2 corners of the race circuit. 7 minutes to go. Hold on, halfway through, halfway to go. Through the right-hander, 1 more corner to go. As you can see from the front camera here, which is also the rear camera of Stu Neal, he is fighting. But look at Pascal, we're on board with it now with Jean Petra. Tripspic Motorsport, he's turned the wick up to 11. Papadim has put the car right in the middle of the road. He said, you're not coming through here. Jean Petra's taking a wider line. Whoa, he's managed to keep it. Jean Petra, slow down penalty. This is it. This is Neal's opportunity. Neal is so close, he can sniff the exhaust fumes. That's Castrol GTX on that Seat Cupra. He's in 3rd position. He's the 99. He's the white 99. The white 44 with the blue. That is Jean Petra. He's slowing it down in that corner. He's trying to lose it in that corner. Kane Alexander is making himself up from 17th. He's on the back of Bill Campion, and T-Joke is once again fighting the back of Benny Norton. But we're keeping an eye on the lead battle as it unfolds into this corner. No, he's not going to do anything. Right, T-Joke is going to attempt to do the same manoeuvre on Benny Norton, and there is Ashbourne in the 31, but he's just not going to get it. He's just not going to get it done. He's running. Oh, there's contact. There's contact between the two. He's put the car into the grid. I can't believe it. Where is Ashbourne? Ashbourne's going to have to try and rejoin. That car is gone. That car is one way, and that's gone to the pits. But the battle for the lead is on. So Papa Dim is in first position. There he is. Can he do it? Can he hold on to it here? Kane Alexander's on the back of Stu Neal's on the back of Jean Petra. He's on the right side of Jean Petra. Jean Petra's not going to let him through there. Kane Alexander is tempting to challenge Bill Campion. Can he do it? Can he do anything from this sector? Needs to keep it nice and tidy here. It's 5 minutes to go. We are 2/3 race distance. 1/3 to go. Loy's just kind of on his own in the background there. Butcher slowdown penalty. Is Butcher near anybody? Not really, no. So it's not really going to help hurt him in any way. Jean Petra just needs to keep it on the road. Right. Kane Alexander is on the back of Bill Campion. He's in 16th position. There he is, Bill Campion in the number 55. Behind him is Kane Alexander. This is important for his championship. Ashbourne has recovered the car back to 15th. He's going to attempt to go past the 37 of Martin Kirby. T-Joke is fighting Norton and the front battle. They're all holding on to each other here. There is Simon Ashbourne. He's in a recovery drive now. He needs to really think about this. Really hold on to it. Simon Trebek coming on the board saying, I hate this track. And I suspect that's because he's rolled it in race 1. And there was a roll in race 2 as well. I'm not sure why the roll was in race 2. We know it was through turn 1. As we see, we only see one incident. We only see one camera angle on stream, unless we're on board. This is the battle for 15th. Right, Van Skep and Shaw's and Deeney are still at it. These three have been at it since day dot, basically. Stu Neal and Pascal, Jean Petra, second and third, are also at it as well. So they're all battling through the field. Little mini battles going on. There is Van Skeppen, race winner. Shaw's race winner. Ian Deeney, not a race winner. Jean Petra, slowdown penalty. That's not going to go well for him. Mainly because Stu Neal is 1/10 of a second off. You can see here riding on board now. He's so close. He can read the back of the car. We're on board now with Stu Neal. And Jean Petra's going to have to lose the penalty. The question is, where is he going to lose it? It's 3 minutes 30 to go, so that's 1:38 lap. It's going to be another slowdown penalty. Jean Petra is rocking those up. He's absolutely accruing them. In the background, has T-Joke finally got past Benny Norton? Have these two finally switched positions? Well, there's contact between the two drivers. Benny Norton doesn't give him enough room, and T-Joke says, well, I'm just... there's more contact between the two drivers. There's a very elbows out racing between those two. No love lost. And it's... yeah, one of them's going to have to lose the... they're going to have to lose time somewhere going into this corner. And I'm pretty sure... yeah, that's... That little Lincoln Co is just going to drive away. Van Skeppen and Shaw's are still at it. Shaw's is going to go around the outside into turn 1, but Van Skeppen will crucially have it into turn 3. There's side by side as well. That's a 10th and 11th. They've got to be careful they don't rack up too many incident points. They are near as enough, makes no difference. A hair's whiskers between each other. Ian Deeney is trying to join the muddle as well, but he's going to have to think about it. Shaw's is going for the old switcheroo. Can he take it up the inside? Can he go backwards for it? Can he take this? Can he deliver it? Benny Norton is still fighting in 5th position. We'll keep an eye on that on the board. Shaw's is going to go around the outside, and that Van Skeppen is going to go back around. These two have just been swapping positions, lap after lap, corner after corner. Nick Papadim at the moment is he's near as enough, makes no difference. It's going to be 2 more laps holding on to this. This is the battle. Right, T-Joke leaving that battle. There's T-Joke. He's currently in 5th position. Behind him is 6th and 7th. That's Benny Norton. There is Aaron Markham in the 28. He's kind of joined this as well. Benny Norton. And that's allowed Aaron Markham to join the party. There is Aaron Markham. He's in the 28. Shaw's slowdown penalty. Surely that's released Van Skeppen 1:38. Yeah, it's going to be 3 more laps. It's going to be 2 more laps. So Benny Norton now is half a second away from T-Joke, and he's got his teammate behind him. Shaw's is going to get the opportunity to go after Van Skeppen again. Question, Holden Trebek coming on the board saying he was a making of his own design, rolled it on the corner. He took a one-way ticket to Rollsville. Unfortunately, he checked himself out. A bit of a shame there. You were having a good race, but that's just how it is sometimes. This is the battle for 10th, 11th, 12th. So the battle for 10th. In 10th position is Van Skeppen. He's in that number 88, Sayat Cooper, the 53, the X. Phil Lawson car. Shaw's his teammate from last season is in the 53, and behind that is the 25 of Ian Deeney. And these three are just battling each other. Jean Petra just can't make inroads to Papa Dim. Cannot make inroads. Shaw's is going to attempt to go around the outside. Does he get the legs on it? Does he get the run here? Derek Neal, slow down penalty in 17th position. No, he doesn't. He just can't do it. He'll get one more go at this. He'll get one more go with 33 seconds to go. Papa Dim should cross the line. Well, I don't know, actually. I don't know. We'll see. This is the battle for 10th position. We've been following this through the whole race, basically. Norton's on the back of T-Joke again, so that will be a battle on as well. Let's keep an eye on that battle. There is T-Joke, there is Norton, there is Poddy Flack, and there is Markham. 3 Seat Cupras versus 1 Lincoln Co. And T-Joke is struggling. I think that he's going to get a slowdown penalty for that. Absolutely huge slowdown penalty. Butcher's there, he is in the back. He's just kind of running on his own, and there's the other battle that's raging in the background. There's Ian Deaney. So Ian Deaney is serving. No, Ian Deaney has a disqualification, I believe. He's had a disqualification, so he's going to get disqualified. That's what the slowdown is. So that should release Shaw's and Van Skeppen. The track limits are absolutely harsh here. This is what you've got to be careful of, and that's where these drivers are full and a victim to. There's Stu Neal in the 99. He's basically given up now. Not given up, but he just doesn't have the legs on that car. Jean Petra in 2nd position. Can he do anything here? Can he deliver anything? There's T-Joke in the background. He's going to be running out of points if he's not too careful. He needs to keep it nice and tidy. Can Nick Papadim do the double? Can he get 2 race victories? So he'll be 3 for the season. Un, deux, trois. Can he do that? Can he deliver this? There is Jean Petra. Currently chasing him. We're from the rear view camera. This is first. Derek Neal, slowdown penalty. Where is T-Joke? He's into 5th. I think his tyres are absolutely gone as it currently stands. So he's going to have to really think about this. He's really going to have to deliver this. Yeah, I think that's game over, really. Jean Petra, I think, is not going to get past Papa Dim. I just don't think he's going to be able to do it from this position. It's going to be really, really tricky. He's really, really going to have to think about this. Shaw's and Neal. Yeah, I think that's it. Neal's going to take it. Papa Dim is going to take a 2nd race victory of the evening, followed by Jean Petra, Neal, Bidoff, T-Joke, Benny Norton, Flack, followed by Markham and Butcher. And Van Skeppen will take 10th position from the battle, the long race battle from Shaw's, followed by Ashbourne, Kirby, Campion, Alexander, and Derek Neal as he crosses the line. Let's watch Kane Alexander. Does he get Bill Campion running into the final lap? Yes, he does. He should get that into 15th place, which is perfect for him because he needs that for his championship. He needs to hold on to that position. And Derek Neal will bring the field home in 16th position. Stu Neal, fastest lap. He's done the double, 2 fastest laps, 1:38.016. But your race 2 provisional winner is Papa Dim, Jean Petra, Neal, Bidoff, T-Joke, Norton, Flack, Markham, Butcher, Van Skeppen, Shaw's, Ashpool, Kirby, Alexander, Campion, Neal, Trebek, Dugdale were DNF, and D&E was a disqualification. And that marks up your field for the evening, for race 2. Very, very tricky. Right, we are going to go across. To the drivers, and we will see. Right, let's go across to that one and that one, back to the comm box, and we are going to go. You can see on there's the stream, there's our Discord. Get yourself in there and connected. We're going to go across to the live stream, and this is with the drivers. Well, there's a driver. There's one driver in here, and that is Simon. Can you hear me, Simon?
I can hear you, Andrew.
How are you? We caught the, I'm going to say, incident. As always, we only ever see one camera view on stream.
Oh, it was just one of those, me panicking when I should have taken my time and hit the brakes and avoided the whole incident. I went for the up and under, or the out and in,
Yep.
whatever you want to call it. And Chelky had the same idea, and his car was right where I needed to be. So
it's just one of those.
It's my fault. Yeah, it's my fault. I should have backed off and hit the brakes, but it was unlucky. I do it all the time. I'm just not quick enough to hit the brakes. My reaction time's not good enough. I'm going to blame my age.
Well, in that, as I always say, it's very commendable that you've come on and obviously you've said yes. It was, you've held your hands up to it. It's very, very commendable. And
I came off worst as well.
yes.
So.
I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's kind of almost like you've served your own penalty.
Exactly. Well, it was a hell of a penalty.
Well,
And
yes. I mean,
14th.
I mean, yeah,
Right.
it's tough because obviously it's now towards it's a whole host of points again that you could have scored, but that's just.
Well, you know what? It didn't go well from the start because I had such a great start. I panicked because I thought I'd false started, and I started messing about with the gears, and ended up shifting down to first, and got completely swamped by the back. I had a complete mare, total complete.
Yeah, because on the stream, you were there sitting pretty, and then everyone just mugged you.
Yeah, I changed down to first instead of changing up to third. I don't know what went wrong in my brain. It was an absolute mess. I don't know what I was doing tonight. I was okay in race 1. I've just lost it in race 2.
And the problem is because if you end up in that melee, that middle melee of cars, it's always difficult for the first. I'd say first lap, while everyone tries to sort themselves into an order, basically.
It's more than that. The times are so close on this track that you're fighting with everybody. Everybody's, you've only got to make a little mistake, and people are all over you. And your only real chance of getting past is to put the pressure on and make someone else make a mistake because the times are that close. What really makes the difference is the ballast. If you can catch up with a ballast car, then you've got a chance on the straight. But if it's a non-ballast car, it's going to be really tough. It's good racing, though.
I mean, yes. From our point of view, it looked very. I mean, obviously there was a couple of rolls. Trebek, he came on stream. He put it on his roof again. He did the double, so he's done a double. Literally done a double. But yeah, it's just.
You need a panel beater.
Yes, a game reset I think would be the accurate description there. But it's very tricky again because that turn 1 in other games you can run over that turn 1 and you don't really launch the car, but here they've obviously put it to stop that happening in terms of track limits.
Yeah, and on the outside as well, if you catch the curb wrong, you lose a lot of traction, and that leaves you a sitting duck on the straight. So you've absolutely got to nail turn 1. It's very tricky, and I dropped my fuel by a litre in that race, and I crossed the line with 0.2 of a litre left, and the engine's stuttering. So I'm going to put a bit more fuel in for the next race.
You always put one in for the king.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, plus the king. We would say the queen, but unfortunately she's not here anymore. But it's going to be exciting race 3 because obviously it's a reverse grid it's a reverse grid from position 12. Which is the second time this season.
Makes me 8th, I think, then, because I was 4th in the first race.
Yeah. And you've got a lot of fast drivers ahead. You've got a lot of... Because even though the field is very close, it still has buckets. And those front 3 are, near as us makes no difference. They are nearly half a second, 3/10. They're all dragging each other along.
Yeah, Nick and Stu and
Jean Petra.
And John Petra, with the draft behind me, my chances of keeping them behind are pretty slim. I think the Cooper's got the legs. The Cooper and the Alpha have both got the legs on the Audi on the straight, and neither of those have ballast, have they?
No. So Neil's unballasted.
Oh no, Jean Petra's got.
Jean Petra's got some, but Neil's unballasted, and Papa Dim is unballasted.
Yeah.
And Lloyd is being very clever. He's just picking. He's not really fighting anybody. He's just racking up points.
I can't believe how quick he is with 80 kilos on. I really can't.
But it's one of those things, isn't it? You get used to it, and then you just drive around.
Yeah.
And because
the
the field above, the front 3 above and the front 3 behind, I think, are all changing constantly through every single race, and he just puts himself solidly in a good position. He's doing what Shaw's has done for 3 championships. He's just taking points.
Yeah.
He's thinking about that long game.
Yeah, I had a really good battle with him. We were completely fair, door to door. It's really good fun. I enjoyed it.
It should be exciting for race 3, I think, or it's going to be a lot of panel bashing. Be one of the two. It can go one of two ways. I think it will come down to whether or not because so many cars will go through once you've conceded the positions. And I think the habit is I've got to get into the queue, but realistically you can't do that anymore. You can't just push your way back in without causing another problem.
I think if I can get past Lloyd, then he'll hold the other guys up a little bit, I think. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Right. I'm going to let you go because there's only 1 minute 45 remaining. Good luck for race 3.
Thank you.
We'll see how it goes.
Good times.
Talk to you after. Cheers. Right, so there we go. As always, it's race 3. This is reversed from finishing positions of race 1, and we are reversing up to 12. So it's the maximum grid size at 19 cars that we can reverse. So it's going to be interesting. I think Kane Alexander is on pole. He is a pole specialist. He's taken both of his race victories in Tcsrl from pole position. Plus, if he gets his head down, he can just disappear. So he's not slow, but he needs to build a gap. So he's going to need some help from some of the drivers behind to take another race victory in Tcsrl. Or it could be anyone in the back of the field, really. It's going to be a real exciting opportunity on who can take that position. And it's all going to be about clearing the field quickly enough. That's going to be the key. Right, we're going to go across back to the live stream. And we are going to go join them for the final race of the evening. So yeah, it's going to be very, very exciting, and it's going to be a interesting final race of the evening, I think. To be perfectly honest, Trebek, hopefully you don't roll it again. There've been a couple of rolls this evening, so it's going to be very, very. You've just got to make the points basically. You have to absolutely do all you can do from here. So it's going to be tricky, I think. I think they're going to really... I don't think they're going to struggle. I think that'd be the wrong word. But I think they're going to have to... They're going to have to think about the long game. They're going to really have to think about the championship. They're going to have to think about... There is only 30 incident points here. They've got to think about their licenses as well in the second half of the season. They only get 12 points. There isn't an unlimited amount of incidents that you get. So when you rack up 12 points on your license, on the 12th point, you get a race. There is a ban coming. And then you get another one. And then your position is reviewed. So it's got to be very tricky. It's got to change your mentality in driving because you don't push in the same way. So... And with 9 races, well, 10 including this one, remaining of the season, you've got to be you've got to really think about that. You've got to think about whether or not you want to do that. So, we're going to see what happens. Here we go. Final race of the evening. Kane Alexander is on the lead, followed by Van Skeppen, followed by Shaw. So there is a real opportunity here for some surprise wins of the season. Who gets a good mark off the line? Watch the board. And it's green, and it's lights out, and away we go. Kane Alexander has had the perfect start off the line. He's in the 79. Van Skeppen is going to put a sniff up into the corner. Does he deliver it? Can he do anything here? No, he doesn't. Shaw's is going to go around the outside. He's done exactly what he needs to do into turn 1. He's cleared the field. They're all meleeing in the background. They need to keep it nice and tidy into turn 1. No heroics, no nastiness, no pushy bargy. That's what they've got to do into turn 1. You can see Poddy Flack is side by side with Van Skeppen, the 88 versus the 84. Who's going to go into turn 1? Markham sticks his nose up but thinks better of it. Stu Neal, there's a massive contact melee in the background. I don't know what's going on in there. They're all trying to sort themselves out, and as a result, they're all going 6 wide. Trebek is trying to squeeze in behind the back there of Nick Papadim. They've got to give room going into this corner, otherwise there's contact. There's contact again. Massive accident between everyone who is in the middle of that. I've hit the replay button. In the background, Kirby Campion, they've all gone around trying to avoid everybody. Luke Dugdale has had a retirement. And where is Trebek? Trebek is right at the back of the field again. Where is Jean Petre? He's in 10th. Neil stays in 12th. Lloyd's got himself up to 7th. There is the 99. These two are teammates in a different lead. So Trebek, I think, is just letting him through. Yeah, he's like, I'm not getting involved in this. Just keep going, get out the way. And there's the 25, who's a Tripspik motorsport driver as well. Yeah, a little bit of inter-company Tripspik team play going on. Van Skeppen, track limit abuse. Shaw's is right. Shaw's going to get a track limit driving out there. There is 1st to 7th. There is Kane Alexander leads his own first lap of the Open of this season 5. Can he hold on to this? There is Shaw's. Shaw's is right behind him, right on his rear wing. Oh, Shaw's has run out wide. He's going to get another slowdown penalty. Kane Alexander will give him just a car's width. Shaw's has gone round the outside, but the problem is he's had so many slowdown penalties. He's really going to have to think about this. There's Poddy Flack into 3rd. Behind that is Markham. He's tussling with T-Joke. T-Joke's run wide. He's not run wide. He's opened the door. Markham there has pushed into the side of Poddy Flack, and that's allowed T-Joke to muscle in the background. There's the 31. They're all kind of meleeing in the background. There's Van Skeppen. Van Skeppen started 2nd. He's down in 6th. Shaw's is currently in the lead, followed by Kane Alexander, followed by Markham. There's Lloyd Bidoff in the 22. He's gone up the side of Van Skeppen. There he is, 2nd car in the picture. There's the 31 of Simon Ashbourne. Kane Alexander is right on the back of Shaw's. Kane hasn't given up the opportunity for a race victory. He's right on the rear end. 12 minutes 11. Where is the fastest man behind him? Jean Petre is down in 10th. Neil is in 11th. Trebek is in 13th. So these two need to get us hurry on, because Aaron Markham has now been released. He's in the number 28. There he is. He's in 3rd position. His teammate is in 1st. But Aaron Markham will not go for the race victory. His role is to protect Shaw's. He's already said that this season. So I think he's going to console himself to 3rd position. Let Kane Alexander disappear. Unless he's got an opportunity to get past Kane, I think he's just going to sit there and protect him. As we ride from the rear camera, you can see this is Aaron. He is defending from Poddy. Poddy's defending from T-Joke. There is Lloyd. Where's Benny Norton? He's down in 9th position. Just ahead of him is Simon Ashbourne, as they all tussling himself. There is Stu Neal in the 99. At the back, Nick Papadim. What happened to Papadim? Oh, yes, Papadim. There was that contact in the opening lap, and Papadim, unfortunately, now has a very dented front of the car. Jean Petre is on the back of Benny Norton. There is Jean Petre. He's in 10th. Kane Alexander is attacking the back of Shaw's, but not enough to worry him. He's 10th, so he is in 10th. He's side by side. There is Shaw's. Shaw's will have the corner. He'll have the inside. Does Kane go for the old switcheroo? Does he sail up the inside? No, he just doesn't have the confidence in the car. So Kane Alexander, race 3 specialist, 2 race victories. But Kane now is going to have to attack and defend. His saving grace is that the man behind him, boom, there, that number 28, his teammate is currently leading. And Aaron is not racing this man here. He's too far behind on championship point. His goal is to take as many points away. Right, Trebek has got past Ian Deaney and Stu Neal are going at it. There is Stu Neal. He's going to go around the outside. Lots of slowdown penalties being abused there. They're all going to get marked up. Martin Kirby's got past Papadim, but T-Joke now, he's in the melee as well. There is T-Joke. Shaw's has got a slowdown penalty as well. They're all racking up the penalties on that lap, and they're all trying to extract the maximum out of the car. There's Lloyd, 22, little sniff out. There you can see in the background, Benny Norton is being attacked by Jean Petre. There he is in the 44. Can he do anything? Lloyd, right, Aaron Markham is now side by side. He's going to go up the inside here of Kane Alexander. Kane is going to give him just enough room. Can he do anything? Kane is going to be hung out to dry. Kane is going to have to leave one car's width. He hits the brake into the turner, into the corner. Kane squeezes onto the side of Aaron Markham, but leaves him just enough room. The problem is now, how many positions does Kane lose? None. He loses 0 positions. Kane has just got the legs because he's unballasted. Ballast versus unballasted cars. Sensational. This is the battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. T-Joke has gone up the inside of Benny Norton, I think. No, Poddy Flack. Does T-Joke sail it up the inside? No, he doesn't. Poddy will crucially have the inside corner into the turn 4. A little bit of a contact between these two. Bounces across the curbs. Does he keep the car on the road? Just enough to hold on to it. Does Van Skeppen mug him as well? Yes, he does. Van Skeppen in the 88. Does he go around the outside? Yes, he does. They touch. There's the 31 of Simon Ashbourne. So Van Skeppen here is going to get mugged by the lot of them. If he's not careful, 3 wide into the penultimate corner does not work. They've got to sort themselves out. Poddy runs a bit wide in the 84. He's going to run wide. That will give him a slowdown penalty. He turns side by side with Van Skeppen, but Van Skeppen just has to hang it up the inside because Poddy is going to has to lose the slowdown penalty, and he's got no opportunity. There is Simon Ashbourne. He's going to try and mug the lot. There's Kane Alexander. There's the rest of the field. We're watching the battle. Ashbourne goes up the inside. Yeah, he's let that go. Van Skeppen just let that go. Van Skeppen is going backwards and backwards. There is T-Joke. T-Joke is now trying to get past Aaron Markham, and Lloyd's going to join the party and mug the lot of them. Can he do it? Slows down the penalty through the right side. Markham's going to lose 2 places through here. There's no way he can hold on to that position. Shaw's has had another slowdown penalty. Kane is holding on to it. He's halfway through the race. 7 minutes 38 to go. Halfway to go. Right, Ian Deaney is side by side with Trebek. This is the battle for 13th and 12th. Ian Deaney's the 25 and the 27 is Trebek. Sayat versus Alfa Romeo. Ian Deaney, a little bit of a contact between those two. He's going to run wide. Trebek's going to go, well, if you run wide, I'm going to go for the old switcheroo. Sticks his nose up the inside. Switches back, takes the position. Sensational move there from Trebek. He was thinking 2 corners ahead, set him up, went for the rollback, smashed it in. Jing Jang John, get yourself a McFlurry. Bosh, off he goes. We are on 7 minutes to go. Aaron Markham slowdown penalty. Now Poddy Flack has turned into the roadblock. He's in 6th position. Behind him, that is Ashbourne in the 31. DHL. Good race 1, poor race 2. He's hoping for a good race 3. Behind that is Benny Norton. There's his teammate. Behind that is Jean Petra and Van Skeppen. They've all kind of sorted themselves out now in the melee. Holding themselves on. Oh, they're sliding on. Benny Norton bumped that on 2 wheels. Can he hold on to this? Can he do anything? Jean Petra riding on board now with Jean Petra. He's going to set him up into turn 1. That's where he's going to do it. Kane Alexander is holding on to that 2nd position. This is where he goes through. He's going to get a good drive out of turn 1. Shaw's is racking up those slowdown penalties. Oh, Ian Deaney rolls it onto his roof into Trebek. Trebek was the blocker. Right, Kane Alexander is side by side with T-Joke. There he is in the number 12. T-Joke needs to clear Kane Alexander. He's going to go round the outside, but not enough. Lloyd Bidoff is going to go, hello, well, I'm going to pop up the inside and mug the lot of you. Kane Alexander, sensational defence there. That's relieved, I suspect, him to at least 2 more laps. Aaron Markham in the background there, but we're riding on board now with, there's Aaron Markham on board with Markham, and you can see the 2 ahead. They're all fighting each other. T-Joke, he's lost out to Lloyd Bidoff. He's now defending from Markham. Markham is in the 28 left side of your screen, and the number 12. That is T-Joke. T-Joke's defending as well. They're all absolutely swapping positions. They're all thinking about their championships. And there's Poddy Flack. He riding on board now with Poddy Flack. He's in the 84. He's in 6th position. He's absolutely delivering now. What can he do? He has only got 1 penalty point, 1 penalty away from a race ban. He's absolutely stepped his game up since having that penalty, because he's actually driving the best I've ever seen him. So it's properly helped him out. There's Lloyd Bidoff in the 22. He has an opportunity to take another race victory here. Shaw's has to hold on. Kane Alexander currently has, riding from the rear view camera of Kane Alexander, he's in 2nd position. There is Lloyd in the 22. Lloyd brakes a little bit earlier because he's going to get the drive out the corner, but that 22 has 80 kilograms on board. Kane Alexander has 0 kilograms on board. This is what's going to be crucial. So, Kane Alexander once again, Van Skeppen and Stu Neal are side by side. This is the battle for 10th and 11th. These two have been absolutely locked together going into the entire race. There's Van Skeppen in the 88. Stellar defence. They're all just bunching each other up now. Who's the blocker? Who's the cork? Who is the one that's causing the massive? It's Kane Alexander. Kane Alexander is the cork in the entire bottle here. Absolutely delivering at the front. T-Joke's now back on the Lloyd. That will give Kane another opportunity. There's Van Skeppen though. He's in 9th. He's in the 88 car on the left. car on the right, that is Stu Neal. Ian Deaney, Luke and Poddy Flack have all had DNFs as it currently stands. At the moment, Martin Kirby's on the back of Neal. This is Derek Neal, and there's Bill Campion in 16th position. Track limits here are absolutely brutal, which is why they've got to be careful. Right, Lloyd is attacking the back of Kane Alexander, who's being attacked by T-Joke. He's gone up the inside here. He's surely got this done into the last of the penultimate corner. Kane just needs to be careful. He doesn't want to lose the position. He's side by side. They're 2 by 2. Lloyd, one of them's going to have to back out, or one of them's going to be right at the end of the corner. Does he hold on to it? Lloyd backs off. Kane backs off. They've all backed off, and T-Joke goes, I'm just going to mug the lot of you. Kane goes up the inside. Sensational there from Kane. He's got to hold on for 2 more laps. 2 more laps, and that will be it. And there's Aaron trying to go up the side. Oh, he's rolled it. He's absolutely rolled it. I cannot believe it. Kane Alexander rolled the car from 2nd position. That's allowed T-Joke and Lloyd into 2nd and 3rd. I can't believe it. How far does he go down? That car is retired. He's absolutely retired it. He's gone. I cannot believe it. Watching that live on stream. As I said, we only get to see one view. So there could have been another incident, or he could have just rolled it. I do not know. We would have to check that out. One of those things. But this is where the battle is now into 2nd. Shaw's is on now for another race victory. But what can he do? Aaron Markham, whoa, he's trying to go up the inside. A little bit of tap there to Lloyd, but he breaks off, tabs the brakes, and that's put him into the clutches of Simon Ashbourne in the 31. They're all tussling and they're all wrestling for position. What can they do here? What can they deliver? Ashbourne and Markham side by side. Markham, oh, he's all over the roads. Markham, slow down penalty. The track limits are brutal here. They're absolutely claiming victim after victim. The question is, how far does he go back? He's got Jean Petre. As we're riding on board with him now, we are keeping an eye on Lloyd Bidoff and T-Joke. 2nd and 3rd. There is 1st. You'll see 2nd and 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Oh, a little bit of a tap there onto the back of Aaron Markham, but Jean Petre is only going to slow himself down. That's the problem. Aaron Markham, slow down penalty. He's going to get a slow down penalty. Lloyd Bidoff is right on the rear end. It's a 1:38, so it's going to be one more lap. One more lap on a 1:39. So Shaw's could be on for a race victory. In the background, Neal will finally get past Van Skeppen. These two have been at it. Oh, he's put it on 2 wheels. Cannot believe it. The curb nearly claimed another victim. Cannot believe, man. That curb has been the one. That curb needs to be reported. It's claimed so many victims tonight, but Neal won't give it up. He's managed to recover the car, but he'll be on the outside into turn 2. He's in the 99. Van Skeppen's in the 88. Butcher's right behind him. Leaves him just enough room. Yeah, and he's going to get a slowdown penalty for that as well. That's the problem. You can't run out wide there. It just doesn't work. Butcher in the 33. These two are now side by side. There he is. Can he deliver anything from here? There's Butcher. He's in the VW. He has, crucially, the inside line. He needs enough room. Stu Neal goes, nope, I'm going to go for the switcheroo. Does he get it done? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I think the car's crabbing. The car is crabbing. Yep, the car is crabbing. If he can recover this, he just has to cross the line to get in 10th position. Jean Petre is still stuck behind Markham. T-Joke's in 1st position, followed by... Shaw's is in 1st position, followed by T-Joke. Shaw's is going to get another whole host of points from the victory, but Lloyd's in 3rd, so the battle for the championship is going to be all over it. The question is, what can he do? We're following Jean Petre riding on board now at 9.87 seconds to go. I'm pretty sure he's going to time this so he doesn't have to do another lap. 2-1 race finish. Does Shaw's cross the line? Yes, he does. Perfectly controlled. Into 1st he goes. Where's Jean Petre? Crosses the line. Lloyd's in 3rd. T-Joke is 2nd. Lloyd's 3rd. Ashbourne is 4th. Markham is 5th. Jean Petre is 6th. Norton is 7th. Van Skeppen is 8th. Butcher is 9th. Neal is 10th. Trebek is 11th. Papadim, Neal, Kirby, Campion. Kane Alexander, he was in 2nd position. Kane was in 2nd position. We are going to follow the cars home. Ian Deaney, fastest lap, and Shaw's is your race winner. Poddy Flack had disqualification. Ian Deaney was on 17. Doug Dell was on 18. DNF. I'm not sure what happened to Lug. Kane rolled it, I think, and I think Deaney rolled it or damage to the car. So, yeah, Shaw's, T-Joke, Bidoff, Ashbourne, Markham, Jean Petra, Norton, Van Skeppen, Butcher, Neil Trebek, Papa Dim, Neil, Kirby, Campion. And then we had DNF, 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 and disqualification. And there is your classification. Right, I did hit the replay button. Oh, there's a massive contact melee in the background. Oh, they're all... I don't know what's going on in there. They're all trying to sort themselves out, and as a result, they're all going 6 wide. Trebek is trying to squeeze in behind the back there of Nick Papadim. They've got to give room going into this corner, otherwise there's contact. There's contact again. Massive accident between everyone who is in the middle of that. Ian Deaney. I think I just hit the replay button again, yeah. It's very, very messy. Very messy in terms of that. Yeah, there's not a lot I can say to that, really. It was very messy, but again, that's for the incident panel to decide. But we all know that the biggest criminal tonight was turn 1 curb. I can't believe Kane. I can't believe that. That was brutal. Absolute brutal.
Might have got
would be the word I would say on that turn 1. It got so many people through the race. So tricky. But, you know, that's the way it is sometimes. It's the same field for everybody. Everybody has to play by the same rules. And as a result, yeah, it is what it is. It's one of those things. Right, we were in the com box. We're back in the com box now. We've got Russ and we have got Simon with us. I'm not sure if anyone else will join us. First race back, and it looked very, very intense, as it always is, seems to be. And there's a lot at stake as well. So it's very, very different. I'm going to go across to yourself first, Simon. And obviously take us through that race. There looked to be, we did get it on stream, a little bit of sorting yourselves out, shall I say, in turn 3.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I thought I was clear and turned into the corner, and then there were 2 cars inside me. So I was lucky to manage to. It didn't cause me too many problems there, but I'll have to look at the replay to see what happened. But can I just say, it's a bit quieter tonight without Jake around. I'm missing Jake.
Where is Jake anyway?
I have no idea where he is. Maybe he's on holiday.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, but yeah, no, it was a good race for me, 8 to 4th. I did gain a place because Poddy got DQ'd, and unfortunately it was my tap that DQ'd him. But I think he'd had a lot of
interestingly,
the
amount of penalties that were coming up, I've never seen that amount of penalties.
I've got to be honest, turn 2, I was tapping quite a few people in there because my reactions, when I saw their brake lights, my reactions weren't quick enough. I was trying to miss them, but just the lightest of taps, I think I got Aaron as well. But it's just my reaction time is just not enough, and I can't anticipate when they're going to break, because otherwise I'll just get swamped. So it's just one of those. It's a bit of a toughie.
I mean, that's the challenge now, though, isn't it? Because the cars are so close together and so tight. I mean, how do I put it? I mean, again, I know we've talked about it time and time again. There was nothing naughty or dirty, which is really good. But because the cars are so close together and everyone's jostling for position, it's a bit, I don't know how to put it, a bit not bargy, that's the wrong word. But
it's just trading paint, isn't it? It's touring car racing at the end of the day, just what it is. As you said, that nobody's deliberately ramming anybody. It's just one of those that it's just got a bit hairy tonight.
And there was
just because of the big braking zones and the long straights, I think was the biggest part of it.
And there was no. I didn't see any pushes to pass either, which is always really, really good because it's an easy track that you can do that at. You could just drive up the inside, bash somebody, and they'd go wide, and you drive past.
I need to review the replay because I did. I think on the first lap, I got the rear end of Benny Norton going into turn 2, 3, whatever it is, at the top of the hill. And then I think Stu was on the inside and he got a bit sideways. And I drove around the outside. I'm not sure whether that counts as a push to pass or not because obviously I contributed, so I'll have to have a look at that one. But that one was a bit scrappy from me. I got a bit of suspension damage, and so not my most
Best, but
salubrious race, but I managed to survive and get a fourth. So,
but you know what I say, an apology always goes a long way. I'm not blaming anyone for
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
because at the end of the day, we only ever see one thing on stream. That's what the incident reporting process is for. But you know, I always say it time and time again. An apology just goes a long way. You know, it's one of those things.
It certainly does.
So, but yourself, Russ, obviously race 1, you were there, and the curb should be sent to the sin bin. Race 2 was a bit, again, like I said, I think it was just a bit rough. And race 3, you were just kind of on your own.
Yeah, it happened in race 2 as well, really. I got past race 2, I got past Van Scheppen, and then it was like a 3-second gap up the road. I got it down, but the amount of incident points that I'd accrued getting to where I was, it wasn't really worth me catching them up, because if I had any more contacts, it was me out of it anyway. So I got the gap down to about 1.3 seconds, and then I let it go back up again. Van Scheppen wasn't catching me up, and I wasn't going to make any more places. So it was just a case of wait and hope that somebody rolled the car and take a place that way. But
I mean the track limits. I mean, I know they're obviously there for a reason, but they were very harsh. Even I thought tonight that the game really penalised you. I mean, they penalised you even if you ran over the actual curb. So you went off the curb.
The last two right-handers, if you ran out over the curb there, it pinged you and give you quite a bad slowdown for that, and it doesn't really get you any advantage really. But it gets you quite a big slowdown.
I mean, because the track is all, the track is defined by the white lines, and then it just pushed itself out, didn't it? It just pushed it a little bit more and pushed it a bit more, and it was, I thought they were very harsh in terms of the limits. But again, everyone plays by the same rules, don't they? So
exactly.
Yeah, it's one of those things I think that makes it very, very difficult. So it's just one of those things I think. So. I think
could have been a really good night, but ended up being not very good. But we'll try again next week.
It's one of those things, though. It's like we've said, it's like I said, we talk about it week on week. Is that the penalties now is just hard because you're not losing a couple of places, you're losing half a field. You're losing 4 or 5 places now.
Yeah.
And tonight was evidence of that because people were just following. You'd be in a trailer cars. You'd go make a mistake, and then the next thing you'd have 3 or 4 cars just following the other car through.
Yeah.
But
yeah, true. But I didn't spend many times in a 4-car train really. It was it was only race 1. It was only race 1, and then
you
then we hit the curb.
And then you spent it on the roof, which was.
And then I spent it on the roof, and then I spent it on my own, and then the next 2 races was pretty much the same thing really on my own. And
Just makes it tricky, though. It makes it tricky. But it's the first race back, and there's always a little bit of... I think it's excitement would be the word I would use.
Excitement, rustiness.
Yes.
All of that.
Because it's slightly different from other leagues, because obviously there's ballast here, there's tyre wear, the field spread is so close. It was just difficult. But, it's one of those things, really. I'm going to let you go, because I can... there's a bit of a somber mood. You're like... It's like I can feel the somber mood. You're like, it could have been great, but it wasn't.
Well, I was just hoping to claw some points back to Jake, especially seeing as Jake wasn't here this week. And if it would have stayed as race 1 and I'd have finished where I was in race 1 at the time, I'd be really happy because the next 2 races would have been a lot easier. But never mind. It is what it is. Craig will be back next week and we can go again and we'll try again.
And Jake will hopefully be next week to give us the racing excuses.
That's it, yeah.
Like,
there was some entertainment.
There was a bird. Or if I was driving this car with that, I'd be fine. But right, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you both of you go.
All right, mate. I think Simon's off doing the tables. He's not said very much.
Or he's
That's all right. I was letting you talk for a change, Russ. I mean, it's nice.
No, it's all right, mate. I like communal chat. Chat. Everyone can join in.
I'm used to Jake being here and not being able to get worded.
zone out for half an hour and then come back and it's still Jake waffling.
Yeah,
Because
he's a
Jake will
funny
probably
lad.
watch this. We do miss you, Jake. Please do come back.
Yeah.
But I don't know where he is. I actually don't know where he is. I know that Deke's on holiday, but I don't know where Jake is actually. But he could be on holiday.
Yeah, no, Deeks is off at a comedy night tonight, unfortunately, I believe. So he might as well have just stayed in and watched watched the stream, mightn't he? Really?
It wasn't quite. To be honest, it was the front lead battle. Well, all the battles were brilliant. I thought they were all battle. I think my biggest, obviously, I'd need to have a go back and look at it. Was Kane in race 3 was doing an absolutely stellar job. He was, it was brilliant. And then the curb. I think the curb got him.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I see him bouncing and rolling around.
Which was, again, I only ever see the result of the car on the roof. So obviously there could be other things I don't know. But if it was the curb, I was like properly disappointed for him because he had pace. It was really good pace as well, and but it released Shaw's in the end. So Shaw's got himself another podium, another race victory.
Nice.
So yeah, he's got a race victory. I don't know where that puts him because Lloyd ended up finishing second, I think, or third. Yeah, third. I can't remember.
Yeah,
It
he
was
was
all.
just ahead of me in race 4.
The problem is the penalties kept coming in so quickly. Everyone was slowing down so fast.
Yeah.
And I think that was a contributing factor as well. But yeah, one of those things, I think. But right, I'm going to let you go. I can sense the somber mood. Go and grab yourselves.
Not somber. You're just missing Jake, aren't you? That's all it is. He doesn't want us. He wants Jake back.
We're just not as peppy as Jake. That's all.
No, we haven't got as much to say as Jake.
Miss you, Jake. Right. Well, I'm going to let you go anyway. And yeah, good luck for next week. Where are we next week?
Laguna Seca.
Ooh.
I was going to ask actually.
I like Laguna Seca.
It's got on the event, not for next week, the following week, Silverstone. It's saying GP circuit. Are we actually doing the GP circuit?
No, it's changed. I need to change the doodah. We're doing national.
Not the one that we did. No. Not the one we did in season 3, is it?
Because international, you get there's the glitch.
Oh, with the
so
pit
if you have a penalty
entry
running into the pit entry, it gives you a blue flag, and it got about 4 people last season. So
yes, that was me.
Yeah, and Cloughy and somebody else. So that was abandoned. Then the GP was just too long. People just.
We're doing the cops.
Yeah.
Start finish.
The old touring car national circuit, which will be great fun.
Nice. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that would be cool. That's only like a 58-second lap in it or something silly.
And it's that.
The shorter the circuit, the bigger the
train
laps.
Down the road is going to be mental. I mean, that track is designed for the Lincoln Co. Pretty much. Unballasted.
Hopefully by then Suzuki will have a lot of ballast on board, so that'll wipe him out. And then
You can't say that.
Me and Si can then go and win.
Because that. But Laguna Seca I love that track. But that's a tricky track to pass at without causing some massive accident.
Yeah.
Especially because
it's a tricky track, but I do like it.
If you're brave, it rewards you, but it will break the car, especially the corkscrew. It will break your car.
Simon will love it if you'd run that track with the NSU TTS.
Well, yes.
He's incredibly quick in the car around that circuit.
Why don't you run that car and then we'll run everything else?
Well, Simon can. He probably could still keep up.
He'll just beat everybody in it.
I do love that car. I'll be honest. It is one of my favourite cars in the game.
It's a little rocket, but I always blow the engine up.
It's lovely. That's just because the way you use the gears and the.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I used to blow the gears up in it. I don't race anymore. I do talkies. I do the talkies.
This is very true.
And that way,
I think we need a season of you on the grid, Andy. To be fair.
Because all I would do is jump start. I have a real habit of jump starting. I go, I've got this perfect jump start.
That's fine. When we can talk, then whoever does the comms for it can then talk to you about it after every race. And tell you what you did wrong.
Like, guess what I did? I jump started again. And I wouldn't be competitive because I just drive the Lincoln Co. That's the only car I would drive. I love that car. I mean, it's a dog, but I love it. But anyway.
I don't know, it's doing pretty well.
I mean, again, it's one of these cars. I think it's the same as the Hyundai. I know I say it a lot, but if you can drive it, it just suits certain people. It's like Mike when he used to drive the Honda. It just suited him. He could drive the car with ballast, unballasted. He was just quick in it. But other people, it's not the go-to car. I think at the moment, because obviously the Cupra everyone's starting to ban the Cupra. Everybody's driving the Alfa Romeo, and that car's now just becoming the car of choice.
Yeah.
So it's really
I
odd
agree with that.
how it all changes, to be honest. So yeah, it'll be interesting for next season, to be honest, to see how many Cupras there are, because BOP is going to come. That's just going to happen. What it is, don't know. I suspect it'll be a power drop after some testing. Not a big power drop, but it's because you can't add ballast. Ballast cannot be added as a BOP because you drive 80 kilo. You go, right, all Cupras get, 10 kilos. You're rocking around with 90 kilos on board on 2 times tyre wear. It's like, it's not really fair, that.
Excuse me. Could we run a season in the old touring cars, Andy? Have we ever thought about that? Like the old, like the rear-wheel drive BMWs and...
They glitch really badly.
Oh,
the problem
because that'd be great. That'd be great to have rear-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive.
The problem with the older cars is they don't develop them. So I think it was when we started the league, I was talking to some of the guys about the 2 car classes, about TC, WTCR and WTCC, and they were like, the WTCCs, they're the older cars, they glitch. So you go anywhere near them, you don't have to actually be anywhere near the car, and you get just a little bit there, and poof, off it goes. And you'll go, well, you made contact, because, well, no, you want to actually... It's like the Project Cars 2 glitch. The car thinks you're going to have an impact, so it spins you out, but doesn't. But you haven't actually made impact. So it goes, oh, we had an impact. And he goes, no, you didn't.
That's a shame, because it'd be good to have the old 2013s and have rear-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive. That'd be interesting.
I think the way to do it would be to have a couple of special events, I think.
Test it out.
Yeah, between the 2 seasons, just have a couple of special events, like 2 or 3 races, and just say they're just fun races.
Whack that in the old ideas, Paul, then, because I quite like that. I think that'd be interesting. Who chooses what, and because obviously the tyre wear would be better on the rear-wheel drive car, and the starters would be better on the rear-wheel drive car.
You know what's a rear-wheel drive car, don't you?
Volvo.
NSU TTS.
Oh God! Oh
yeah,
my
that's
day.
that's a one make though, so that's what I mean.
Just get yourself a T-shirt.
That's the only make I use, mate. Yeah. That's what I need.
You need a T-shirt that says, "I would have won this. I would have won this."
In the NSU TTS.
Yeah, that's what you would have. That's what you should be wearing. And then go, "Oh, I would have won it if I was driving this." That's what you should put.
Bang on. Bang on.
that would be hilarious. That's what you should do. Just do that. But yeah, no, I think that's a good idea actually. Go across the WTCC and just have it as unballasted, unrestricted, and off you go. But obviously, incident points still included, and then just run them.
See,
because there's a Volvo S60 in there as well, Polestar, and that's very nice.
Ooh.
So is there?
Yeah, there is. I like that car.
I couldn't remember because I know the 2013s is like the old shaped Leon, isn't it? Old shaped Leon, a Chevrolet Cruze, an old E90 BMW, which is obviously your rear wheel drive choice, and then I can't remember what else there was.
Because there's an S60 a bit further back. I think there's something else as well. But yeah, you could run them that, and if you really wanted to go, you go to the old DTM, and everyone could just run the Volvo 242 Turbo. But
classic touring cars.
There's a 190E, and they're hard. I mean,
they are very tricky to drive.
They're
yes,
old tricky. I mean, I remember driving the old Sierra on Project Cars 2, the Turbo, and you go, "Am I going anywhere?" And then woof, off it goes. You're like,
Oh, Zach Speed Capri, they're awesome.
It does nothing for about a second, then you go, into the stratosphere.
Yeah, it just absolutely get it on the turbo and it just launches. It's awesome.
That car was monstrous. I couldn't drive it. It was hilarious. There was one kid we used to race with called Cody, and he was an alien. He was like Lloyd Bidoff alien level. I don't know what he does now, but he was sponsored by Laser Tools Racing in go-karting. and he was a proper alien,
Right.
and he could drive that thing. Like, he just drove it. It was like, how do you? I mean, I can't even get around a corner in it. I go really fast, go really slow, really fast. It was good on an oval. That was about as far as I got with it.
Yeah, there's for the size of the wings on the damn thing, it doesn't have a lot of downforce. That's for sure.
No. But then if you watch the old touring car races, they're just sliding everywhere.
Mm.
Oh, I love the slidey stuff. I can't. You know what? I can't do aero cars. My brain just doesn't work quickly enough for aero cars.
You need to go back a little bit and go for it.
Mm,
But then, to be fair, I think it's like I
absolutely.
said, I think it's a little bit of rustiness and stuff like that because because people haven't been driving together because the practice server really nobody was really in it.
It wasn't on.
Oh, well, there we
Whenever
go.
I looked, it wasn't on.
Oh,
So it was like, oh, okay. And then I kind of jumped on because I've had R Factor since Christmas, not really used it. And then I jumped on R Factor, and everyone seemed to be on R Factor. I was like, oh, okay, we're on here.
yeah,
So
because
had a bit of a run on that.
the new BTCC packs come out.
That's it, yeah. So that's what
So
I've been doing for the last week and a bit.
yeah, so so basically everyone's gone to do that, which is brilliant. I think it works really well because obviously Trip 6 Motorsport. I don't know if they're going to do a league, but if they do, it's a really good idea because then you come to us for world touring cars and you go to them for British touring cars.
Mm.
You know, which I think is a really good idea. That's my viewpoint on it anyway. Because you just drive one, then drive the other. But hey, right, I'm going to let you go. I know you're going to try and keep me on as long as possible, but I am approaching my 2-hour window.
Your missus has paid me to keep you here as long as possible.
No, she hasn't, because she's no, she hasn't, because she's making my lunch tomorrow. I can hear it, and because it's fish and chip day tomorrow, and she's trying to make me healthy food.
Nice.
So
Nice.
she doesn't watch the stream, so I can say that. Please don't report.
Who has fish and chips on a third? It's Friday's chip shop day, isn't it? I thought that was it.
No,
that was...
at work we haven't. Because on Fridays we do half days. We work till 1.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
don't have your chip shop lunch then on a Friday because you've already gone home.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That's exactly what happens. 1 o'clock rolls round and I'm off. I'm like, see you later.
See you later.
I mean,
Out of here.
we do work longer Monday to Thursdays, but yeah, we have half day. We only have half an hour lunch though. Normally Monday to Thursday. Anyway, but yeah, so we have fish and chips on a Friday. On a Thursday, it's fish and chips in the canteen.
On a Thursday.
Yeah, fish and chips in the canteen.
Oh, so what's going to happen to the lunch that's being made that's downstairs then, Andy?
Dun, dun, dun. Come on, drop yourself in it.
Well, that's easy. I'll have that as well. I'll have that at 10:30, and then I'll have my lunch. I've got a meeting between 10 and 11, and then after that meeting I'll have my lunch, my warm-up lunch, and then I'll have my lunch. That's what I'm going to do. Like
are you a hobbit? Are you a hobbit?
No, I'm just trying to make an excuse of why I eat so much food.
Okay.
So, anyway, it's got nothing to do with touring cars at all. I completely gone a different way. Right, right. Before this goes anywhere else, I'm going to sign off for the night. Thank you very much for joining me for the Between the Three Races.
No worries, mate.
Always a pleasure, Andy.
Obviously we've got the next race coming up, Laguna Seca, which is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be high risk, high reward there. Good luck, and I will talk to you soon.
Cheers, mate. You're going to need it for next
Cheers.
week.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
See you soon,
Night, chaps. Night.
Well, there we go. That is it for for tonight's racing. I will be back same time, same place. Please check out Via Creative. They're on Facebook, they're on Google. They do designs and stuff like that. They designed our logo. It's really, really good. And as always, there's always lots and lots of talking points. But we always have to look at the incidents and what is submitted and send it to the panel. So always remember that. So enjoy the rest of your evening.